back. Yes, it's once again been a while. So today I'm going to talk about something that I guess you could say have a passion for, and that's film and TV. And I'm just gonna pick a few things out that I've either watched recently or have watched in the past, and I really like, and talk about them because I think as a medium, film and television just has an ability not just for entertainment, but to make you laugh, to make you cry, to make you intrigued, to keep you on the edge of your seat, to make you sometimes as well feel better about yourself. There's been times, where I've been to the cinema and watched a film and I've come out and I thought, that was brilliant, and I feel great. Just, I don't know if it's just the escape from reality or what. And there were certain things. I really am. I do just love like film and TV. One of the things that for so long I've wanted to be as an actor. It's one of the reasons why I went into theatre at university. I've never done anything with that for a number of reasons. Partly because of my own doubts, partly because of not knowing where to look. But enough about that. That's not what I want to talk about. What I want to talk about is things that I've seen recently. So we're going to start off with the cinema. Now, everybody, unless you've been living in a mud hut on a beach, on a desert island, in the middle of nowhere, for the last God knows how many years, knows of the Pirates of the Caribbean franchise. Now, this is one of these things where the first film was brilliant, and the second film was pretty decent too, but then it's kind of taken a nosedive, really, for me, in my opinion. Obviously, other people may have liked all of them. But obviously, there is a new one out. Dead Men Tell No Tales. Now, this, I think, is going back to kind of the first and second films, really, in the way it's done. And it's much better than certainly the last one. And I really enjoyed it. I went to see it at the cinema probably about a month ago now, maybe a bit longer. And it was really good, I don't want to give the narrative away or anything, but we see Captain Jack, who is not exactly his usual self, and a series of events unfold, and it tells us about some of the things that have happened in the past films as well, and right at the very end it brings everything quite nicely together. Now, you could actually use this film to end it as a franchise, and I've just lost my dragon. Or, you could actually use it as a leaf hook to do some more, which I think is what is happening. And I think if they can keep that overall character-driven story that they've got in this one, excuse me, and continue telling the story going forward, then I think we could be in for some really really good films again. So that'll have to be remain to be seen. But as a film, I think this was it was quite a good film. I still don't think it quite hit the same spot as the first one, but it's certainly a vast improvement on the last two. So if you've been a fan of Pirates of the Caribbean but have been left a little bit disillusioned by the last one or two, then go and see this one, because it really is so much better. Wow, that was posh. Excuse me, sorry. But yeah, so I think overall as a film, this is a pretty decent film. So it's definitely worth going to watch. But if you're a fan of the franchise, it's definitely worth watching. And if you've been a fan of, like, say, the first one, first two, and then kind of fell out of love a little bit, again, go and see this one, because it is substantially better than the few that have been before it. So, and I'm trying not to give anything away to anyone that hasn't seen it. What I will try and do is put some links in the description about trailers and things, or information or something that I might be able to find, so you can go and have a look at snippets. But yeah, it's definitely worth one to watch. It's not one of these films that like I was saying before, sometimes I get for me personally, when I go to the cinema, I can come out and I can feel just like absolutely amazing. This is one of those films that does that, but for good escapism and some decent entertainment, and as a rebuild for the franchise, it's a really good film. So we're going to move away from the big screen onto the small screen. Although depending on the size of your TV, it's not that small anymore. So, and this is something that is currently showing. It's a Sky exclusive on, I think it's Sky Atlantic, called Riviera, with Julia Stiles. Now, when I saw this advertised, I thought it looked interesting. So I watched the first episode, and from that, I was hooked. It's such a good drama / thriller. It's... So did I just say slash? Really? Oh God, I should shoot myself. No, I shouldn't. That's a bad thing to say. I need to have words with myself, but we'll move on to that, I'm sure, another day. This is basically a series that surrounds this one family. Events lead them down this spiralling thing, and Julia Stiles, whose character is kind of the main character, is led into this very dark world that she didn't know really existed around the family that she's married into and around her husband. And with like each episode, because basically it's being played out monthly, but if you've got Sky Box Office, you can binge watch the whole lot, which is I tried not to do it. I waited for the second episode to come on, like in its natural way, and then after that I couldn't wait any longer. I just downloaded them all and watched a lot, and it's really, really good. I mean, it keeps you on the edge of your seat. It keeps you wondering what's going to happen next. It's really gripping. It's just such a good show. The only thing, perhaps, that I didn't quite like is the very, very bit at the end, because throughout the whole thing, it had kind of kept you guessing about what was going to happen. But the very, very last bit, you could see exactly what was unfolding and what was going to happen. So that was so the very last sort of few scenes, slightly perhaps disappointing for me, but the rest of it was just absolutely brilliant. And I know before I made this video, I'd looked into it a bit more, and apparently someone who was part of the writing cast has distanced himself from it, because apparently he'd written a completely different show to the one that ended. But I'm not going to go into that because I don't really care, to be honest. Basically, it's a really good show, and it's one of these things where you think one thing's happening and then something else happens over here, and then that kind of relates to something else, but you don't realise it, and it's just really, really good. It's really, whoever did end up writing the sort of the end finished product and directing it, it's really good. And Julia Stiles is just absolutely brilliant in it. I mean, I like her anyway. I've seen her in things that I thought where she's been really good. And this is not going to disappoint. If you're a fan of hers, it's not going to disappoint. If you're looking for something really new and a bit edgy, it's not going to disappoint. I just thought it was really, really good. And definitely, worth the watch. If you haven't got Sky, I don't know if you can get it anywhere else, to be honest, at the moment, because it's one of their shows, which is, a bit of a downer if you don't have it, unfortunately. But, there is Now TV. If you get Now TV, you can watch it on their entertainment package, I believe. I don't think it's too expensive. If you just bought like a month's package, you could probably get through the whole series. It's only about 6 episodes. Is it 6 or was it 10? I can't remember. I can check. Hold on. My TV's still on. Let me check and I will tell you. As you can see, all of my videos are so well thought out. Oh, I can't check because hold on. Yes, I can. Wait 1 second. Let me tell you. Come on. 10 episodes. I can say 6 just didn't seem right then. 10 episodes, so it's 10 episodes. But it's really worth watching. And the thing is, it's been left a kind of a strange... as much as I say I wasn't a big fan of the very last few scenes, at the same time it has left it where potentially they could do some more. Because, again, without trying to give it all away, there are certain question marks. Because the whole thing eventually revolves around this one thing. I won't say what it is that a number of people are looking for, and in the very end, it's all found, and it goes off with one particular group of people, but you don't, so you don't know what, you never find out what. I'm trying to think how to say it without giving anything away. You don't find basically what information is held in this mystery item. So there is still potential maybe for another one. I don't know. I don't know if there's any plans for it. I haven't seen any. But again, this is such a good show. It's definitely worth watching. Now the next two, you're probably not going to be quite as interested in if you don't have at least... Well, no, that's not necessary. Basically, the next two things I'm going to talk about, one is current, one isn't. But they both surround politics. Now, I'm a big fan of politics, but, politics and TV shows aren't necessarily factual. But the first one I'm going to talk about, which is the current one, it's actually on season 3 now. It's called Madam Secretary. It's on, again, this is another Sky program, isn't it? It's on Sky, I think it's Sky Living, which is a bit, I don't really know why it's on Sky Living, but it is anyway. But it's called Madam Secretary, and it basically it's a TV show that follows the Secretary of State's office, and it's one of these programs that again leaves you wondering what's happening next. And for me, I always, I like it. It's one of these shows that I get excited about. I enjoy watching it. I've got the first 2 seasons on DVD. You can get them on Sky as well. I believe at Catch Up at the moment. I don't know if you still. They kind of tend to put things on and take them off. So if you can't get it, it'll come available again at some point. This is now I always say her name horribly wrong. Tia Leone, I think it is. I've always been a massive fan of hers as well. I love her as an actress. I think she's really good. And basically, she's playing the Secretary of State. It's got a really good, strong cast in it. And basically, the first season, I'm going to give a few spoilers out now. But basically, the first season kind of follows, 1, how she ended up with the job, and 2, what happened to the person who she took over from. And that kind of forms a large basis of the very first season. But it's a really good drama again. It's one of these things that, will keep you wondering what's going off. It will keep you guessing. It's not easy to read. It's just a really good show. It does make you it's one of these, for me anyway, personally, you can get quite involved in. It can make you sort of, oh my god, just like when an episode ends and you're like, oh come on, you can't leave it there. I need to know what happens. And they're the kind of TV shows and things that I really love. Ones that just enthrall you to oh my god, what's gonna happen next? And it's a really good show. I really enjoy it. It's definitely worth a watch. Again, I will try and put some kind of link to a clip or something in the description below. But that's it. The thing is, this is one of these shows. This and Riviera are just 2 really good shows that I really enjoyed watching, or really enjoyed watching, and the ones that just left me going oh my god, what next? Oh, now I need to know what happens next. Obviously this one is still ongoing, so it's good. And annoyingly, it's not one you can binge watch either. You have to wait those 7 days for the next episode. It's just like, Urgh. But yes. Anyway, that is that one. Madam Secretary, again, definitely worth a watch. Now the next one is an old show. It's one that I own the entire box set of. Now, this one is a bit more interesting because basically what I'm going to talk about now is a show called The West Wing, which was a really good show. It stars Martin Sheen as the President of the United States. Now, strangely enough, while the show focuses a lot on the White House and to a degree the President, that isn't the way it was supposed to be originally. Originally, when it was written or conceived, it was supposed to be more about the staff, and the presidency and the president wasn't supposed to be such a main character. But when they released the pilot and when they did testings on it, Martin Sheen's performance was that good, and the way the people's intrigue was that high that they actually changed the way the show worked to make that sort of a main focus, one of the main focuses of the show. And Martin Sheen's character came to the forefront. Now, Martin Sheen in this, I mean, again, he's such a good actor. He's one of these people that he's done so many things, and in this he's at the very top of his game. He's absolutely brilliant. And this show, yes, it is a TV show, and yes, a lot of it is going to be dramatised, but there were quite a few people from the Clinton administration, like his press secretary Dee Dee Myers, who worked on this show as advisors. So you will see things in it and you'll think, hold on a minute, I can remember something like that happening. And so it's amazing that you have to want to, I mean, yeah, you've got to remember it is still just a TV show, but there is, I think, a lot in that's founded on certainly in the early seasons, certain truths and events, because you can watch it and you can see things and you think, I can remember something like this happening and this sounds familiar, and I'm sure that happened at some point. But this is one of these shows that, obviously I have it on box set now so I can watch it whenever I want, but this is one of these shows that when I watched it, it enthralled me. It was gripping. It kept you wondering what was happening next in like some of the cliffhangers were just evil, between seasons. It's just like, it would end, you'd be like, no, oh, come on, no, this is literally my reaction when I'm watching things, and if it's something I'm really into, it's just like, and there's just a massive, it's just like, no, oh no, and literally that is the kind of reaction that I have. And this is one of those shows that, certainly again for me personally, there were times when it had me laughing so much, and there were times when it had me like just overly emotional that I was practically crying and just like, oh my god, this is ridiculous, this is a TV show, and like, it just pulls you in, and it's brilliant in the way it's written, the way it's filmed, the way it's run. Again, this is an old TV show. You can get it. I know Sky show it sometimes. I think you can get it on some other platforms as well. I'm not sure. I think Netflix had it once. I'm not sure. They don't quote me on it. But you can pick it up fairly cheaply on DVD as well, and it's definitely worth a watch. Just such a brilliant show, and the cast was unbelievable. I mean, you've got Martin Sheen, you've got Rob Lowe, you've got Alison Janney, who I absolutely love. She's brilliant. And so many others. I'm not going to go into them all now because there's just too many, but it was such a brilliant show. So yeah, that is that one. Now, I'm only going to talk about one more thing. I don't know how. Well, I say it's going to be a short video. I don't know actually how long we've been filming, because I don't have a flip out screen, which is probably a good thing because I hate the way I look on camera. But anyway, sorry. Moving on. And the last one is I'm going to be talking about. I guess you call it gay cinema, and I might do a separate video on this because I have quite a few now. But I just have it over here. I have quite a few DVDs like this now, and this one is called Eastern Boys, and it is absolutely brilliant. The thing about this is the way the story unfolds It's really, really weird. It's a great story, and I really enjoyed it when I watched it. But it's one of these things where it follows a relationship of two people in particular. And how it starts, actually, I really don't want to give much away because this is really good. And if I tell you too much about it, it kind of spoils the film. So I'm really going to try and not do that in case you do want to watch it. Again, I'll try and put a link to a clip or something in the description below. But basically, I'm going to put the DVD down. It's a great film. It's really, really good. And the story that unfolds through it is... I don't know how to describe it without giving everything away. It's so hard. Basically, it focuses on the relationship between two particular people within this thing. And the relationship at the start is one that I suppose you could kind of... I don't know how to put it. I really don't know how to put it. It's so... I don't know. Oh god. The relation. Oh man. I don't. I don't know. The relationship at the start is not what you would call a healthy relationship. Let's go with that. But it slowly changes from one kind of relationship to a completely different kind of relationship. And in some ways, you do look at it and think, okay, that's a little bit creepy having what has happened in the past happen to going to where you are now. But at the same time, you see how that relationship changes, and it's brilliantly told. It is so well told. It is unbelievable. I cannot stress how well told this story is. It's such a good film. But there are points that it's so difficult. There are points which it's just like you're just cringing to yourself, going, no, how can this be? No, you can't have that from that. It's just weird. But then all of a sudden you're like, oh my god, but no, it's as you can see, I'm very passionate about film and TV, and it's very difficult to talk about things when you're trying not to give things away and just yes. If this sounds like something you like, or if you are gay and or you like, you don't have to be gay obviously, but if you I'm just cocking this up completely. Oh god, now I'll tell you what. Just look at. I will find a clip of some description or some trailer or something, and have a look at that. And if you like it, definitely go and watch the full thing, because it really is brilliant. Anyway, I've mumbled on enough for today. I'm gonna try and do some more of these. So if you like them, or if anyone actually bothers to watch any of this, no, that's the wrong thing to say. If you like it, there'll be some more coming. If not, well, that's your decision, of course. And I'm going to stop rambling now because I'm making a complete and utter mess up of this now. So I'm going to go and yes, bye.